Okay, so you join me today in a Vauxhall Antara. It's not my Antara, though this particular Antara I've driven many, many, many miles in. It's terrible. And I think it's got to the conclusion that I believe it's terrible. So over the weekend, it tried to kill me. Now when you think, oh, that car tried to kill you, blah, 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 you think, oh yeah, it just tried to slide me off the road. No, it tried to run me over. For some reason, it's developed this quirk where it's done it twice now, where what it likes to do is you park it by the side of a road, slight incline, and what it wants to do is when you push the button on the key to unlock it, it disengages the electronic handbrake and the car literally tries to run you over. Well done, Vauxhall. Now, if you've never been in a Vauxhall Antara, it is like a trip down memory lane. Do you remember when they started squaring off the Astras? You know, the sort of one, the Astra that everyone bought, had its sort of like lots of greys and big dashes, and it was solid. But it's very basic, sort of switchgear and stuff. And we've not seen that on Vauxhalls for years. Yeah, when was it? I think the last time I saw this sort of interior was at least 8 years ago. Now this is a car only a couple of years old, and they still sell them with this interior. Nothing changes. And I believe I'm right in saying that the Vauxhall Antara started life as a Pontiac Aztec. You know, that car that Walter White from Breaking Bad used to drive around in. And that was some hunk of junk that even the Americans couldn't sell to each other. And they're the greatest salespeople in the world, the Americans. Unbelievable, but even they couldn't sell it to each other. So they bought it to the UK and into Europe. So there's the Opel Antara or the Vauxhall Antara. They're all terrible, they just have a different Ponzi badge on them. So, all they've done is they've picked up this piece of pig iron that the Americans couldn't sell to each other, and they've gone through the parts bin from the mid-noughties, around 2005, and they've picked up all the bits they had left over from making Astras. Because it's all exactly the same. Nothing's changed. It's all the same switchgear, but was in the Astras years ago. It's comical. It really, really is. And I'm looking now, the fuel gauge is, it's well in the red. There's really not a lot of fuel in it. The needle is just on top of the little zero. And according, I've got the little back computer, and I've got, apparently it's 11 litres of fuel, that means. So to scale, this has got like a 150 litre tank in it. It doesn't. So the little needle was a bit off. But apparently that means I've got 165 kilometres worth of range. Trust me, no matter what sort of nun or vicar or eco-mentalist driver you really are, no way on earth with a needle that low is this expected to do 164 kilometres now. Just no. Now, I'm going to see if everyone thinks we're good. The driving position is big. You've got big mirrors. The wipers go up and down. It's nice. And for long journeys, it is quite nice. It's a heated seat, which gets bored. It'll warm up and then it'll get bored, and then only when you put your foot down and hammer it will it kick in and warm up again. That I can't understand. So I've done like long drives across Europe in this thing, and you sit about 70 miles an hour, it won't work. So if you're in Germany and you put your foot down to about 90, 100, it starts to wake up again. And only when you're over like half throttle will your heated seat actually start waking up and kicking in. Doesn't make any sense. What else can I say about this thing? It's nice, big and bouncy. The four-wheel drive system is It just sends all the power to one wheel when it gets a little bit slippy. I've learned this on occasion. That's about it really. There's not too many things you can say. The engine runs out of puff at about 4,000 RPM. If you put your foot down, it does 12 to the gallon. When you're driving long distances, you think, okay, I do, on a long run, you think I might do maybe 35 to the gallon. Now, I've done some sort of intercontinental sort of road trips in this actual car, and I've been in Germany where it's done 3 DPF burns on the same journey, and you do 17 miles to the gallon. 17! It's mental. And I know it's doing a DPF burn because it's sucking all the fuel out of its tank. You watch the needle move. It's the fuel gauge is the fastest moving needle as you go through Germany. Really, really is. And you go on the little back computer and you can see how much fuel it's putting through its injectors every second. And you can let go of a pedal and you can just sit there and watch it suck its tank dry. Well, underneath just is basically like a little nuclear furnace, and it's burning all the crap out the back. And then it gets a bit upset and it throws its DPF warning lights on, and then you've got to try and get it in the right sort of situations and do another burn. And it's an absolute faff, it really is. What else? That's about it. It's just a big, basic, cheap box. And if you want a big, sort of basic, cheap box for doing big, basic, sort of cheap box things, then for that it's perfect. But never let it know that you don't like it, because it will try to run you over and kill you, which I still can't get my head round. I just spoke to Vauxhall about 15 minutes ago about this, because it crossed my mind. I thought I'll have a quick chat with them, see if it's ever come as a recall or anything they know about, and their attitude is, no, you got to come pay us some money. Now, that's not the sort of thing me as a customer or wear and tear should ever get involved with. It means it was built cheaply. If I push the button to unlock the car and it turns the handbrake off, that is not wear and tear or customer error. That is the wallies in the factory not putting the thing together properly. So in my eyes, I should not pay for that. The question now still. But I don't understand. Why does it turn the handbrake off? It's a stupid thing. But yeah. So to summarise, the Vauxhall Antara is great for basic sort of bouncy road journeys. The heated seats, they only work part-time. The wipers go up and down. Its fuel economy is terrible. Its four-wheel drive is questionable. It wants to run you over. It's shoddy and cheap. The handling, I used to have an LDV Maxus. Trust me, that had a lot more confidence in its handling. Even the fact it had a Benz chassis, that handled better. It's a little bit wallowy. The mirrors are big, which I quite like. You can see out of it. The turning circle is atrocious. A McDonald's drive-through is a push. Really is a push. I've took long wheelbase transits and stuff through drive-throughs with an 8. They do it a lot easier than this thing does. Turning circle's terrible. Mini roundabouts. I had to do a 3-point turn on a smallish roundabout with it because it wouldn't turn round it. It physically wouldn't get round a roundabout. But yeah, and I say I've literally got no fuel. The fuel gauge is it's just hungry. It wants more fuel. I can see exactly how much fuel's in the tank, and it thinks its maths is a bit off. There's no way that a needle that low is doing another. It's 164 kilometre range still. When 163, it's gone up again. It's just not possible. But anyway, that's my thoughts on a Vauxhall Antara. If you have one, please comment and let me know what your thoughts are. Has your Vauxhall tried to run you over as well? Because I'm trying to get my head around this as a problem, because it can't be right. Does anyone else's Vauxhall want to run them over and airlock it? Please let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.